What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, guys? What's up? We're live and clear. Boogie back again, man. What's up? What's up, guys? Can you guys hear me? Can you just put a one in the chat for me if you can hear me? I really, really would appreciate that. I just want to make sure I'm not talking to myself. Guys, can you comment down below, guys? We're about to get the show started, guys. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Can you guys hear me? Can you just comment something down below in the chat? Just something. So if you can hear me, just put a one in the chat. I just want to make sure I'm not talking to myself. One in the chat or something, if you don't mind. Anybody? All right. All right, hold on. I gotta make sure I can hear you guys can hear me. All right, you guys can hear me. First of all, I apologize for the background, for the noise in the background. It's Sunday where I live, so the people are just blasting music. We're gonna be talking about why men are not approaching women anymore. All right. And in fact, today I decided I have a friend I'm going to be asking, the benefits and the disadvantages of men approaching women in 2025. Because we have seen, we've been seeing have you guys been seeing these social media posts of women complaining, oh, men are not approaching us anymore, men are not approaching us anymore? But there's one thing they forget. They don't ask why. And sometimes if they ask why, they don't listen. you know, they don't listen. And honestly, some of them I don't even believe it. I think it's not that women want men to approach them. I think it's just women miss the attention men used to give them back in the day. Because back in the day, if you guys remember very well, us guys used to literally, we used to, what do you want to call it? Guys, let's say high school or even college days. So I'm talking about if you were born anywhere from 90 babies, 80 babies, could even go 70s, but anywhere before, let's say 95, anywhere before that, I believe guys literally used to compete on who can get the most numbers, like who can approach the most women. Guys used to compete. That's how much approaching women used to be okay. Obviously, times have changed. It's not okay anymore, but like guys back in the day used to compete, you know? But it's like times have changed. We're going to be talking about all the reasons why times have changed, why men are not approaching anymore. And then some women are talking about, oh, men should approach us. So as you're coming to my video, my live stream, what's up, guys? If I don't mind reintroducing myself. You never know, I may have new watchers. My name is Boogie, Boogie Reacts. Don't forget to like the videos coming to the stream. I really appreciate that. Um, it means a lot to me because every time you like the video, other people who don't know I'm live will be given a notification. YouTube will show me some respect. Okay, but comment down below if you guys can hear me nice and clear. Don't forget, just like the video, support your boy. I really appreciate that. And you can hit the cash app if you want, if you don't mind supporting your boy as well. I really appreciate that too. But other than that, let's get into it. I'm going to be asking. Um, I have a friend today. I have a friend who's going to be answering why men should not be approaching anymore. I have a friend I'm going to be asking reasons, reasons men should not be approaching anymore in 2025. You feel me? Reasons men should not be approaching. Some of you probably still approach, but we're going to talk about the disadvantages. I don't care about the advantages. We already know the advantages. What are the advantages? Maybe you're going to get a number. You're going to take a woman out. It's going to make you feel like you're a man. We know all the advantages, the so-called advantages of approaching. People have been approaching since forever, but times have changed. You feel me? Times have changed. It's either, especially with social media, with dating apps. Now we have the T app. We're going to be talking about the T app as well. We're going to be talking about the T app. I have a friend I'm going to be bringing into the conversation, so that's also good. Don't forget, as you come into the, I'm just waiting for a few more people and then we can begin. But don't forget to like the video, guys. Support your boy. Just like the video as you come into the live stream. Also, if you're just coming into the live stream, I apologize for the noise in the background. It's Sunday, so wherever I live, people are blasting some music. So if you hear any background music, any background sounds, apologies. But we're going to be talking about it. As you can see on the screen, I have on the screen, I do have the thumbnail. That's probably why you clicked on the video. As you can see, the guys on the thumbnails are running away. They're running for their lives. So let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. All right. Again, don't forget to like my video. I really appreciate that. It means a lot to me. If you support your boy, I really appreciate that. But here's what we want to do, right? Are you guys still approaching? Are you guys still approaching women out here in the public to get numbers? Or are you guys just using social media? Or are you guys just using dating apps, Tinder, Bumble? Is it still worth it? Right? Is it still worth it to approach in 2025? I mean, I'm just asking. Because if you're still approaching, how is that going for you? All right, we have our first guy, Reggie. What's up, Reggie? Reginald. Hold on, let me remove this. I gotta show appreciation for the people who are in the chat who are telling me if they can hear me. All right, Reggie can hear me. What's up, Reginald Weber? Welcome, bro. Welcome to the live stream. What is evil Eddie? Eddie, are you evil? Is that why you're not approaching because you're evil? Eddie says, not approaching, working on projects and seeking peace. We're going to be talking about it. Today, I have a friend that I'm going to be asking. I have a friend who's going to be answering the $1 million question, the benefits. I have a friend I'm going to be asking to tell us, actually, let me contact my friend here so we can go through it again. I have a friend I'm going to be asking, is it really worth it? Because a wise man said, "What's up, Larry? I gotta show love to everyone showing me some love. What's up, Larry? Welcome to the chat. I appreciate you guys. Don't forget, just click the like button. If you can't send me a cash app, if you can't, send me a what is it called? Super chat. Just click the like button. Support your boy. What's up, Larry? Welcome to the chat. Larry, are you still approaching in 2025? How is it going? Any return on investments? Because the ladies love to say these days, "Oh, a real man will approach I like a confident man who approaches me." And then when you ask them, how many men have approached you since you turned 18? You know, and then the ladies will be like, "Oh, so many men have approached me." And then you ask them, "How many have you rejected?" And then they'll say 99%. Oh, so let me figure this out. You are saying you love men to approach you like they used to do in the back in the day, but then you're saying you reject 99.9% of the guys who approach you. So what does that really mean? That sounds to me like people just want free attention. Because guys, believe you me, it's an ego boost. Because think about it. If you were a woman, actually, no, you don't even have to put yourselves in the shoes of a woman. Just think about it. You as a man, imagine you had men. No. Imagine you had women as a man. Imagine you had women throwing themselves at you. You go on this street. You're walking this street. Two men approach you. You're on dating apps. Men send their messages. You're on social media, Instagram. Men send DMs. You go to the grocery store. Women approach you. Because right now, you as a man, imagine women were throwing themselves at you the way men throw themselves at women. And then imagine a time comes, and if you used to have at least 10 men approaching you in a week, it goes down to around two. You would feel the difference, the attention, because you get addicted to the attention. You get addicted to, how do you call it? It's like a dog when you're used to giving your dog treats, even if the treat is fake, even if you throw something and it's not really food. If the dog is used to go getting it, even when you pretend you're throwing something, but you don't throw something, you see the dog looking like trying to run after whatever tennis ball or ball you're trying to throw, because it's used to it. It misses that. So it's the same thing with men approaching women. Imagine as a woman, you guys, imagine you're a woman from the age, I'm going to say 18, but it's even way younger. But imagine from the age of 18, men approaching you until probably the day you die. Men approaching you. At some point, you're gonna get used to that tension, and then imagine the attention starts to go down and down, and you're gonna look in the mirror and be like, "What? I don't look good anymore." So that's what women are going through right now, I believe. Are there still guys who are approaching? Yeah, sure. But any man who's smart, if you're approaching in 2025 with everything going around in dating and just understanding, the whole concept of dating, the return on investments, because as men, we need to think about, what do I get in return? As men, we are very logical. Like men don't, as a man, you don't want to just waste your time, your money. You don't want to invest your time in something that is not going to give you a return. You have to think as a man. Even when you see a beautiful woman, as a man, you look at her, you look at yourself, you look at the environment, you look at the setting where you are, and then you have to do the math. Is this really worth it? As a man, you're like, should I approach or should I approach? You guys know what I'm talking about. You have seen so many beautiful women and you're like, okay, in this setting today, I can approach her. And then you meet a beautiful woman tomorrow and you're like, okay, in this setting, maybe it's too loud. Maybe she's at the club. Maybe she's with her girlfriend. You're like, okay, in this setting, I'm not going to approach. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? So as women, they get used to that. They get used to attention. That's why women, I believe, even when they say, oh man, I should approach this, I love me a traditional old school man. it's not because they're gonna say yes to you. It's the ego boost. It's the attention. And I mean, I'm a man, but I do understand it. Like if I was a woman, no, not forget that. Like I said, even if I'm a man, I'm thinking about it right now. If I had so many women coming to me, and then after a certain time the number goes down, I would feel some kind of way because I'm used to the attention. It's free attention. Women coming to me telling me how handsome I am, how much they love my bald head. Women coming to me telling me how much they like the fact that I'm 5'7" and I'm not 6 feet. 'Cause you know what I mean? Because men so many times lie to women. Even they just say weird things just to lie to them. So now I'm imagining women coming to me, they love my bald head, you know, uh they love the fact that I'm not 6 feet. I would love the attention. So times are changing. And like I told you guys, I have a friend. We're gonna be asking, and we're gonna be asking why it's not beneficial for men to approach anymore. You guys have seen the thumbnail. That's probably why you clicked on the video. But I have a friend, and this friend, apparently, most people think this friend is very smart. Some of you guys have met the person today. I'm going to be posing the question to. And then whatever answers the person gives us, some of you claim this person is very smart. You guys have met the person I'm going to be asking the question tonight about men approaching. Why should men approach? Is it beneficial? But most importantly, the person is going to be telling us why men should not approach again in 2025. Why men should not approach women in 2025, right? I'm texting the person who I'm going to be asking. You guys have all met this person who's going to be answering the question of the day. Is it worth it? Is it beneficial for men to still approach women in 2025? Should some of you, you can see, what does Larry say? All right, Larry says, I have a girlfriend that I'm happy with. All right, shout out to you, Larry. Eddie says, I think most men are waking up thanks to channels like this, and women are worried their retirement plans aren't there anymore. Yo, I mean, I'm still a very small channel, and for me, it's not even giving advice to men. For me, it's just having the tough conversation, because I know so many guys don't speak up about these things, because as you know, as men, the moment a man says his standards, his preferences, what do women do? They call you sassy. They call you gay. They say, how dare you? Who do you think you are to have a preference? Because for them, they believe that the only ones who should have preferences for men. They should want you to be 6 feet. They should want you to make a bunch of money. But how dare you want them to respect you? How dare you want them to make you a sandwich? How dare you ask her not to demand a $500 dinner first date? How dare you? Like, who raised you? Like, how dare you ask her what she brings to the table? But on the flip side, she's going to be like, what are you going to do for me? And then the moment you pose the same question, oh, you're gay. You must hate women. You must like men. You must be on the DL. It's like, no, I'm a man too. If we're going to be in a relationship, you give some, you take some. Like, why is it that you believe I should do all these things for you, but you do nothing for me? And why is it that you feel offended just because I'm asking, what do you bring to the table as well? In fact, some women, if you ask what you bring to the table, right away they reject you. So, like, if you guys want to be honest, if you've been on a date or social media or dating apps and you guys are going back and forth, most women are confident enough to ask, what do you bring to my life? What are you going to do for me as a man? Or what do you think your role is to a woman in a relationship? They are very confident in asking those questions. Now, on the flip side, men are scared. Why? Because most men know if they ask that type of question, she's just going to reject him. And most men don't want to lose the chance, whatever little chance they have with a woman. So what they do, they don't ask. So already, the moment the man meets a woman, he's already starting off in the wrong way by just being the one who takes the back seat on what he wants. You'll be surprised how many men are in marriages and they've never told their woman to make them a sandwich, but she will gladly tell him what to do. Obviously, we know, at least from experience, that over time, a woman is gonna she's not gonna like a yes man. Over time, she's just gonna dislike the fact that you're a yes man. She gets to tell you what to do, and you never have any boundaries because it feels like she's gonna walk all over you. And some women have even explicitly said that I don't want a man who's gonna let me walk all over him, right? But at the same time, most men are scared because they know the moment he's like, "This is what I'm gonna do for you," or "This is what my role is gonna be in the relationship." He knows the moment he's like, what are you going to do, what are you going to bring to the table. If she doesn't say I'm the table, if she doesn't say I'm the prize, if she doesn't say, I'm the queen, I'm the woman, I don't chase men, if she doesn't say all those things, if you don't get all the responses, most times she's just going to reject you and move on to the next one. So it's tough for men don't like to speak up, men, but I think because we've been conditioned as men. Because can you imagine, whether it's movies, whether it's your mama, even sometimes your dad, because not just because you have a dad doesn't mean he's a solid, stand up, strong dad who's going to teach you to be like a masculine man. Sometimes, if your dad kisses your mom's ass, chances are your dad is going to teach you how to kiss women's ass in your future. So most guys, most men are taught what to do for women, but women are never taught what to do for men. So that's why when you ask a woman, what do you bring to the table? Most of them get offended because they were never taught that they're supposed to do anything for a man. Some of them were taught your body is enough, the sex is enough, and that's it, nothing else. That's why you see most women will have like a line, a whole list, a list of things they want from a man. And then once you tell them, okay, can you name at least 5 things a man wants? And like, I don't know, vibes, they call it energy. He wants vibes, he wants energy, he wants, like, they never can really give tangible things they're gonna do for a man. But you as a man, you better be ready to do shit for her. To the extent, I just did a reaction video. I'll be posting it soon. The woman literally said the times of just talking to her on the phone are gone. If you want to talk to her on the phone, before you even get to know her, before you take her out, you have to send her money for her to make sure, so that she can make sure you are worthy of her time. This is a woman that doesn't know you. This is a woman that you don't know. You're trying to get to know her. She said, if you want her to get on the phone with you, for you to make date plans to take her out, so you guys can get to know each other, you have to send her money. In other words, she's not just going to get to know you just for the sake of it. In other words, you have to send her money. You have to pay her to get to know her so that she can get to know you. And we're not even counting money you're going to spend on a date. So at the end of the day, it's tough out here, you know? So you are definitely right, Mr. Evo Daddy, Eddie, Evo Eddie. I think most men are waking up thanks to channels like this. I mean, I guess I'll take the compliment, but for me, my channel is really just to have the conversation, the tough conversation. So maybe in the future, I'll even bring some ladies on to have these conversations. But for me, it's about men being able to speak up, to have the tough conversations, but also for other men to realize that they're not the only ones who experience these things. All right. Larry says, yes, it's still worth it for a man to approach a woman because a man has to learn how to get turned down so that he can move on to the next woman. But see, Larry, that's where I kind of disagree with you, right? I have to disagree with you. We know as men, we're going to get turned down regardless, just on the overall, in the overall dating scene as a man, you're going to get turned down. So as a man, you have to do the math. And you're like, do I have to, like, unless you believe there's a unicorn out there, but then if there's a unicorn, you shouldn't have to be rejected 1,000 times for you to find your unicorn. That's what I honestly believe. Am I saying every woman you approach is going to say yes? No, but I'm also saying a man shouldn't have to be. To me, it's almost like it's most like it's kind of like a humiliation ritual most guys go through when it comes to approaching women. Because it's not like she's just gonna say no and that's it. We have false allegations these days. We have, what do you call it? We have TikTok. We're going to be talking about, how they can put you on TikTok to try to go viral. You may lose your job because of that. False accusations. We have seen so many of those. We have seen ego boost. She may like you, but she may still reject you to make herself feel better. So for me, if I was going to choose a way a man should approach a woman, or a man should find a woman, it's definitely not going to be one where he just approaches a random woman. No, it's friend of a friend or something. Okay, sure, but a woman you know nothing about, you don't have friends in common. I would say no, not in 2025. Now, 20 years ago, maybe even 15 years ago, maybe then it was worth it. But right now, in 2025, unless you're willing to take the risks, it's not worth it. Because we know the chances of her saying yes. Because remember, there are steps. Just because she says yes doesn't mean it's going to go anywhere. And just because she gives you her number doesn't mean she's going to show up. And just because she shows up doesn't mean she won't go the second time. And just because she doesn't go, so they are steps the hoops the man has to jump through. And he could have used all the time, like I think Evo Eddie said, to invest in himself rather than, it's literally like gambling. You're gambling. I'd rather go to a casino in Las Vegas and gamble because it's a 50-50. But where would you live your life on a 50-50? And we have seen the return on investment isn't worth it. You feel me? So, and unfortunately, Larry, those days are gone. And I'm going to be asking a friend. Actually, let me ask the friend right now. I'm going to be all right, you guys ready for the friend that I'm bringing to ask this question? Yeah, Larry, it doesn't make sense to me either why a woman would, be offended for a man to ask. But that's because, like I said, they have been taught what men should do for them. They were never taught what they should do for a man. So obviously they're going to be offended. They're going to be offended because they were never taught. You feel me? But like the video, guys, if you're watching me, just click the like button for me, please. I really, really, really appreciate that. Just click the button. We have some new people in the chat. Let me see. What does Evo 80 say? I think it's how you say it. You have to convert it to their language. What's your favorite way to take care of your man? See, but Eddie, see, like, why do you have to change the way you speak? Like, what's wrong with being upfront? You see what I'm saying? Like, you have to jump through hoops and do, because Eddie, right now you're worried about, what did he say? I think it's how you say it. That's one thing, right? You're saying, oh, I think it's how you say it. We're not even talking about the fact that she's going to want you to make $500,000. We're not even talking about the fact that she may want you to be 6 feet tall or even more, because these days some ladies believe and they're saying that a man who's 6 feet is not tall enough. I've done some of those videos. If I've reacted to some of those videos, if you've seen them on my channel, right? So we're not even talking about it now. I even have to change the way I speak or the way I'm asking a question. Yet when a bill comes, you're not going to be trying to find a nice way to ask me to pay for the bill. You're just gonna ask me to pay. You feel me? Like, is that what most guys should just put up with, right? Ahmed says not always. Ahmed says, I agree with that. Spend money and resources on yourself to elevate, get more value, hence get chased instead of chasing. Facts. Ahmed, I agree. But this is my opinion. You know why most men don't like that idea or that game plan? Because it takes real work to put in the time. It takes time as well. It takes hard work, consistency of doing the same boring thing every single day to try to be successful. And it may even take you 10, 15 years to be successful, to the point where women are going to chase you. But most of us men live in the lifestyle of fear of missing out, which is you see your friends who are getting women, sleeping with women, having fun with women, and you're like, you know what? I cannot wait 10, 15 years to be successful so they can come to me. So instead of, investing that time in yourself, most of us decide to go with the wind and also chase women. And then when you look up, you're 45, you've been chasing women for 45 years, and then you look up, those same women you were chasing, none of them has stayed around. None of them stuck by you. Like, think about it. All the women you've dated, your exes, which ex can you pick up? And then you say, hey, listen, I just got into an issue. I need $1,000 right now. Which ex is going to send it to you? It's probably going to be your male friend, right? But yet, most of us invest money and time in things that have no return on investment. Look through your phone book, all the women you've dated before, right? Even if you guys didn't break up in a bad way, even if she was the nicest woman, look through your phone, give one a call, tell them I need $1,000. If she can't give it to you, then what's the point? Okay, don't ask her for money. Tell her your car is broken down. You need a ride to pick you up. You have no money. You need someone to pick you up, or let her send you a ride. You see what she'll say. And then it will hit you that, you know what? I've been wasting time. I've been investing time in the wrong things. And most men, we don't realize this until it's too late. Now, some guys never even realize it. Some guys never wake up to be like, you know what? I've been wasting so much time and money. And obviously, women are not going to tell you. Women are just going to let you keep doing it because they love the attention. You spend money on them. You give them the time of day. You do things for them. So, of course, the women love it. In fact, there is another thing men can do to see if it's really worth it chasing women. Take 6 months off not chasing women. Look at your bank account at the beginning of the 6 months and look at your bank account at the end of 6 months when you're not chasing women. Now, after the 6 months, try chasing women again. Look at your bank account at the beginning of the 6 months before you chase women, and look at your bank account at the end of 6 months after you've been going on dates and things like that. Tell me which one saved you more money. I'll wait. Try that. I'll wait. Exactly. It's not worth it, but it takes more time and effort and hard work and consistency to invest in yourself as a man. It's easier to look at a beautiful woman on the street and approaching her. It's easy. It takes like 2 seconds. Sure, she's gonna reject you. If you're lucky and she says yes, now you have to invest time in her. It's easy. It's because it comes easy. It doesn't take a skill. But skills that really, are worthy, they take time. They take real hard work and consistency. So, Ahmed, you're right. I agree with you. Larry says a man should be straight and upfront when talking to a woman. Yes, but that doesn't mean it's going to yield any results. And we're going to be talking about the cons, uh, we're going to be talking about it, you know. And then Evo 80 says, I see a good point. Yeah. Yeah, Evo Eddie, yeah, being direct is good, but remember, you guys are missing one point. I didn't want to give away. I mean, I kind of already gave away the disadvantages these days. Being direct was okay back in the day, but being direct in 2025, there's something called false accusation when it comes to sexual assault. You guys ever heard of that? So be direct all you want, but in the back of your mind, she can twist this in any way she wants. Like if she starts screaming and they call the police, you're done. Like they're not gonna give you time to explain yourself. You feel me? Let's see. All right, so you guys ready? I'm gonna share the guy I was talking about this whole time that we're gonna be asking this question for today. Ready? All right, let's go. Here we go. And guys, I would like to introduce to you my dear friend. Actually, let me enlarge this because you guys can't really see it, I think. I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to enlarge it. I would love to introduce to you my dear friend, Chat GPT. We're going to be asking AI. Evil Eddie, I'm not saying you should wear body cameras, though some people are starting to do it to protect themselves. It's that tough, man, because you are one false accusation away from destroying your entire life. So some people, we're going to talk about it, right? I'm even going to ask our friend that I just introduced to you, AI, ChatGPT. So we go through exactly. We're gonna be asking Chat. So Eddie, don't forget, we're gonna be asking ChatGPT if it's ways men can overcome this. Because I think the biggest one really. So I'm asking, the biggest thing is gonna be the sexual assault accusations, right? That's gonna be the main one. And you can see this is the prompt I put in. I said, give me 5 solid reasons why it's not wise for men to approach women in 2024, 2025 for dating solicitation. And I told ChatGPT, compare the risks and the rewards. So it's up to you guys to, at the end of the day, look at it like, okay, is it worth the risk? Is the risk better? Is the reward better than the risk? We're gonna figure it out because at the end of the day, I'm not telling you guys what to do. I'm gonna present the case according to our friend ChatGPT. He's gonna tell us that, hey, listen, it's worth it, but he is the risk. And you as a man, you can compare and contrast. So what's the number? The first one, high risk of misrepresentation or accusations. What did I tell you guys? So for you, Evil Eddie trying to say, actually, I think it was Larry talking about being direct, the high risk of misrepresentation or accusation. So you're gonna approach a woman, you're gonna say, "Hey, I would like to take you out or get to know you." She can literally turn that, switch it, especially if she knows you got some money. We have seen all these celebrities being accused of different things. If she knows you got some money, she can literally just change that. We've seen the Didis of this world and all these guys. It's all about the dollar. So now, if you don't have money, if you're broke, sure. But even then, she can just say, "Oh, he tried to touch me," and before you know it, you're in the back of the police car. All because you try to be a man, you try to be a gentleman to approach in the public. Obviously, there's something called dating apps or social media where people can do that, and you don't have to, go through the risks. But ChatGPT says high risk of misrepresentation or accusation. All right. ChatGPT says risk, a friendly or respectful approach may be seen as harassment, especially in public spaces or workplaces. I'm going to say that one more time. A friendly or respectful approach. So Larry was saying you should be direct. What you consider direct, she may look at it like it's harassment. You don't know what she thinks. It doesn't mean she's mature like you. She could literally take it the way she wants to take it. It's up to her to decide that, hey, listen, Larry was being nice to me. Or maybe, and remember, there's something called, apparently, women consider a harassment if they don't find you good looking. Because I'll give you an example. If there's a beautiful woman and Boogie approaches the woman, let's say I meet her and say, "Hey, how you do? How you doing, mama? I would like to take you out." That doesn't seem bad. Even if I say, "Hey, mama, you're beautiful. I'd like to take you out," she could see that as harassment. And then look at this. If Chris Brown shows up 5 minutes later and Chris Brown says the exact same things Boogie said, she'll find that attractive because it's Chris Brown. She finds him attractive. But for Boogie with his bald head, it's harassment. You feel me? So women consider harassment if they don't find you attractive. So when you hear a woman saying, "Oh, men don't approach us anymore," no, she's not saying Boogie doesn't approach anymore. No, she's talking about the man she wants to approach. The attractive men she considers good men, right? So I hope you guys, you know, as again, listen, ChatGPT says a friendly or respectful approach may be seen as harassment. I didn't even put this in bold. ChatGPT did this to show you how important. So you as a man, you have to do the math, right? You have to be logical as a man. Is it worth it? Because just because you're nice doesn't mean she doesn't feel harassed. She could feel harassed just because she's busy walking away, and then here you are, boogie with your dusty pants, dusty sandals, talking about, "Hey, mama, I would like to get to know you. You're so beautiful." She's gonna be like, "Nigga, get away from me." You feel me? So, and then it says legal slash social repercussions. The risk of being reported, canceled, or labeled inappropriate. Because all she has to do is scream, "Oh my God, it's Boogie. Who's this bad man? Who's that bald man with big glasses? Oh my God, he was trying to talk to me. I don't want to talk to him." She could literally just do that for attention. Even if she doesn't mean it, I mean, even if she's playing around, she may pull her phone out. We're going to be talking about that too. She may pull her phone out just to try to go viral, viral moment. TikTok. We have seen these videos before if you're on TikTok. "Oh my God, the bald man is trying to talk to me." And then everyone around is going to give her the attention that she wants. Now Boogie's in trouble. You feel me? And then Boogie has to go back home and think about it if he's lucky enough to get out of the police car. Was it really worth it? Okay, she's beautiful, but was it really worth it? Or I could have just swiped on Tinder and sent her a message, and then she can reject me, and that's it. That's the end of it. You feel me? So let's go. So ChatGPT says the reward, a chance at conversation. Look at the reward. So the risk is you're going to be seen as someone harassing her, false accusation, right? The reward is a chance at conversation. What? If I want someone to conversate with, I can conversate with Eddie. If I need someone to talk to, I'll call my mama. If I need conversation, sure, I'm not gonna date my mama, but she's not a bad looking woman. I can give a conversation. You guys see this bullshit? Conversation. Eddie, you're right. Rule number one, be attractive. Don't be unattractive. Yeah, but even the rule number one of be attractive, that still depends on what she considers attractive. I know I use the example of Chris Brown. Maybe she prefers Asher, or maybe she wants a gangster like Future. Who knows? So even then, it's still up to their discretion. Like you can't do anything. But just ChatGPT says you have a chance at conversation. But even ChatGPT says, but only if it's well received. Meaning, if on the day you approach a woman and she broke up with a boyfriend, on that day, are you really gonna risk it? How are you even gonna know she broke up with a boyfriend? In other words, that's why I said it's probably worse than I said. It's kind of approaching a woman in 2025 is kind of like gambling in a casino. But honestly, it sounds like it's worse because in a casino, if you lose your money, you get to go home. But when you approach a woman, if she takes it as harassment, it's not guaranteed you're going to go home. There's a chance. I don't know what the percentage is, but there's a chance you may go to jail. Oh my God. There's a chance you may go to jail. You feel me? Okay. So ChatGPT says risk outweighs reward. The social stakes are too high for a simple introduction. Too high. But some guys don't think about this. Some guys think about it. I'm a man. They beat their chest. A real man approaches. Okay. As long as you don't call me to bail you out, just because you're trying to holler at a beautiful woman with a big bum bum, when I'm going to meet the same woman on Bumble, I'm going to swipe, and then she's going to have to message me first, and then I can say yes or no, or she can say yes or no, and I move on. I don't need to risk my life. Because at the end of the day, whether you approach on social media, dating app, or you approach in real life, she's still going to have the same standards. You gotta be 6 feet or taller. You gotta make six figures, and gotta be willing to take her to an expensive dinner date. Just because you approach her in real life, it doesn't mean she doesn't want you to spend money. She still wants the same thing she wants from you, the same things she's gonna want from you on a dating app. All right, so that was reason number one. All right, high risk of misrepresentation or accusation. Thank you, Mr. ChatGPT. Let's go to number two. Let me look at through the comments. Ahmed says women say they want direct, but they respond to indirect approaches. Facts. Like, do you think Chris Brown needs to go to every woman's Instagram and send a message? Yeah, maybe a few. Now, I'm not saying is every man Chris Brown? No, but you can be a Chris Brown in your area, in your environment. Because trust me, when it comes to it, when what's the statement? When shit comes to shove, is that what they say? When push comes to shove, yeah, I think that's the. I don't care, but when it comes to it, a woman will say hi. Because remember, when it comes to approaching women, women don't approach like us. She'll literally just say hi to you and smile. That's an approach to them. They consider that I approached a man one time because she said hi to a guy she finds handsome or to a tall guy. So at the end of the day, if you dress up nice, smell good, maybe you get some good money, not too much money, now have a nice car, she'll be more willing to say hi to you than to Boogie walking in shorts and sandals. Or maybe she prefers Boogie because he's tall or because he's bald. I don't know. But eventually, a woman will say hi to you, she'll smile at you, whatever. Now, if she smiles at you and then you approach, even then it's risque, but even then it's better than just approaching a random woman who didn't give you any eye contact, who didn't give you any sign of like she's interested in you. What do you guys think? So Ahmed is right. Uh, Evil 80 says, would you like to come upstairs and see my art collection? Who says that, Eddie? Who says that? Like, you'll be inviting her? Oh, hell no. Not the first time. Now, maybe Drake can use that kind of introduction or that kind of line, and she would be okay with it. But for Boogie, she's going to scream kidnapping. Eddie, they're gonna say you're trying to. She's gonna say you're trying to kidnap her. Why are you inviting her upstairs? Uh, Varge Dave says if you're attractive, she'll just use you for an ego boost. If you're unattractive, she'll report you to the cops. I agree, Dave. Actually, some women can literally reject you even if she finds you attractive, even if she's dripping wet for you. She'll literally reject you for ego boost, or to put you on social media to say how she rejects attractive men, or to even tell her friends. Because if she rejects you and you're such attractive, she has to go tell her friends and what is it called? And brag to her friends. You see, because guys, you have to think about it. You see how men, I don't know if men still do this, but men used to compete with each other with how many numbers they got if they go to the grocery store, if they go to the mall, if they go wherever they go, they would all compete about how many numbers they got from approaching women, how many women said yes to them compared to how many women said no. The way women compete is by saying no to men, is by rejecting men, because that makes them feel like they are higher than you. Because if she says yes, you get the ego boost of I got your number, I got her, right? You get the ego boost to your friends. If she says no to you, she can tell her friends, I said no to this attractive guy. He thought he was all that. He thought his height was everything. But guess what? What she's not thinking about is that 10, 15 years from now, she'll be asking, where did all the good men go? But it's like, mama, you rejected all the good men that came to you because you wanted to feel like you are the shit. You feel me? So it's just crazy. You feel me? So you're right, Dave. You're right. Um, Ahmed says mysterious men who didn't make their intentions clear are more attractive in the eyes of women. Facts. The only issue is, so much as I'm asking ChatGPT about the risks of approaching in 2025. You have to remember, guys, no matter how much we don't approach, very few women are going to approach you. Yeah, they may smile, they may do little subtle things, but as a man, you have to decide, do you want to approach or do you want a woman who's going to be straightforward? Because guys, I kid you not, if you have been lucky enough to find a woman who really is attracted to you, she'll do anything to put herself in your space. You might be sitting on a bench. She'll come sit next to you and say, hi, how you doing? That's your chance to make that approach. But that's because she started the conversation. A woman who really, really likes you will go out of her way to put herself in your presence and even say hi, bring up some conversation. Hey, can you show me how to get to this part? Hey, can you show me how to get to the that she'll do anything, right? So at the end of the day, you as a man, you either be patient for that kind of interaction. I'm not saying it's gonna come. It may never come. So you as a man, if you never approach in real life, no woman may ever approach you. You have to be okay with that. If you're not okay, okay, shit, then keep approaching. But at the end of the day, we have other ways like social media and dating apps. Honestly, I believe dating apps serve men. Yeah, is it tough for men to get matches and swipes? Sure, but it wouldn't make it. I don't think in real life it makes any difference. Because if you're getting rejected on dating apps, doesn't mean it's a guarantee in real life she's going to say yes. The same woman who didn't find you attractive in a dating app, chances are she's not going to find you attractive in real life. So why take the risk? But again, it's up to you guys to make your choices. All right. Uh, Dev says, I feel like almost all the women nowadays are down low lesbians. I mean, girls like girls. They are jealous of each other, but they also like each other at the end of the day. Ahmed says the safest, most effective way is to flip the equation. Become the prize, not the consumer. Ahmed is dropping gems in here. Woo wee. Yes, brother. Make yourself the best that you can be. Not every man is going to be a millionaire. Not every man is going to drive a Lamborghini, but there's one thing we all can do. We can be better than we were a month ago. We can be better than we were 6 months ago. Now, it doesn't have to be like just to attract women, but women they sniff the energy. You feel me? They sniff. Let's say you hit the gym for 6 months straight, 8 months straight, and you're looking good, you're in better shape. People smell the energy. There's a swagger about you because you're more confident in yourself because you achieved something. People smell that. Like there's something about when you're doing well that people can smell it. Trust me. And if there's one species that smells that, it's women. You're right, Ahmed. So Eddie says that sounds like you displayed your SMV before approaching. Yeah, the SMV. Yeah, women are very. How do you say it? They react to SMV. Like they can tell when a man is the shit. Now, still, it doesn't mean they will approach you. It doesn't mean they won't reject you. We have seen women make videos of, oh, Chris Brown approached me and I rejected him. Oh, LeBron James was trying to talk to me. Literally, I just saw some girl. I don't know if she's from Armenia. She's from one of those East European countries. And she was exposing how, if you guys like soccer or football in the real world, soccer, she was exposing how Benzema, how Vinny Jr., and there's another soccer player, football player. They were like around three. She was exposing how all of them were in her DMs. Now, these are guys with millions of dollars. These are guys who you may consider more attractive than the average guy, status known, like stars. But she was exposing them because she refused to reply to their DMs. So even if you have a high SMV, Evil Eddie, they may still reject you for their ego. Now, her ego was because she has a big following. She was showing her Instagram followers, "Hey, look how these all these football stars believe I'm good looking, I'm beautiful, but all these men want me. They're rich, and I don't want them." For her, that was the ego. Now it's gonna be different 20 years from now when there are very few guys in her inbox, but she doesn't care about that right now. All right, guys, we're gonna go to number two. I gotta show you guys number two, the second risk that ChatGPT said why men should not approach in 2025. ChatGPT says women are less receptive to random approaches. Right? That's a risk as a man. ChatGPT says men report frequent rejection, cold responses, or being ignored, especially in urban settings. Yes, I know we are seeing a shift of women coming on social media crying, "Oh my God, men are not approaching us anymore." But before that happened, there was a time when women literally were telling men, "Don't approach us. Men are scary. We are afraid. We don't feel safe. Don't come to us in public. Don't talk to me. Oh, I don't like men." We saw all those videos about 5, maybe even 10 years ago of women saying men should not approach them. Now it's starting to shift because if men are not approaching, that means women don't have people who are, willing to spend money on them. Because guys, don't get it twisted. Just because a woman makes money, she has money, doesn't mean she doesn't want a man who's gonna, spend money on her, pay her bills, take her out, and do nice things for her. Because most women would rather keep their money and spends the man's money. That's what they would rather do. Even if she has 1 million in the bank, she would rather spend your million and keep hers. So now if men are approaching less, which means they have less opportunities of men taking them out, because men are scared, like we talked about harassment, cancel culture and things like that. Women are now coming out, "Oh, men should approach us." but but men have been conditioned. You told us not to approach you. You don't want to be disturbed. You are out with your girlfriends, because they always say, "Oh, when I go out, I'm out with my girlfriends to have a good time. I'm not trying to what do they call it? I'm not looking for men's attention. I'm just out with my friends." Even if she's literally dressed in almost nothing, she's almost naked, she's gonna say she's not out to get men's attention. She's just out with her girlfriends. The men should not approach. So men are not approaching, and ChatGPT is right. Men have been saying cold responses, being ignored. Now, you're lucky if you get ignored or if you get a cold response. Now, if you go with the number one, where it's a high risk of misrepresentation or false accusation seen as harassment, that's bad. You would rather be rejected in a cold way or ignored. I would rather be ignored and walk away. Now, some guys don't walk away, and I think that's an issue. Maybe that's one of the reasons women were saying men need to stop approaching us, because sometimes some guys keep trying and trying, because again, most guys have been conditioned by movies. If she says no, keep trying. But as a man, you have to realize it's not worth it. The moment she says no, she doesn't even respond, just walk away. Don't make the shit even worse. Walk away. She doesn't want to talk. She doesn't want you. If you are Drake, she would be all over you. She wouldn't even wait for you to come. She would be trying to get in your section. Some guys don't want to walk away. They don't want to take a no for an answer. That's an issue. So ChatGPT says preference for online dating. What did I tell you guys? Online dating, mutual circles, or warm intros. Now, I don't agree with ChatGPT on warm intros, but online dating, like I've been telling you guys, mutual circles, which means friend of a friend. If you guys are out and your homegirl, co-worker, female worker, colleague, she has friends, then you can make your own. That's a good way to approach, because there's less chances of being rejected so bad, cold, because you guys are in the same setting, same friend group, you guys are hanging out. That's one difference, right? That's better than just you're out in the mall, you don't know this woman, she didn't even give you a smile, she didn't even look at you, and then you just approach just because she has a big bum. No, I don't think it's worth the risk, right? And then ChatGPT says rare moments, the reward, because remember we are comparing risks the social shift and the rewards. We're comparing the risks to the rewards of approaching. So when it comes to random approaches, ChatGPT says the reward is rare moments when genuine chemistry exists instantly. Guys, look at this. Rare moments when genuine chemistry exists instantly. How many times have you guys approached a woman and chemistry exists instantly? Almost never. Even ChatGPT says but these are increasing rare. They've always been rare. So you as a man, it's up to you. Do you want to take the chance, the opportunity, and get instant chemistry with a woman who has never seen you ever before? Unless you're giving her $1 million right away in her face, the chemistry is never going to come. So ChatGPT says the verdict: in-person cold approaches feel outdated and are low yield in modern day dating culture. Yeah, cold approaches are outdated. That's what I'm saying. No matter how women scream and make videos, oh, men should approach us. Yeah, the men they like, the tall guys. Because remember, just because us the short kings are not approaching doesn't mean the tall kings are approaching the handsome guys. Because the handsome guys also got the memo. The women say don't approach us. The women didn't say short kings shouldn't approach us. They made a broad message for all men. Men shouldn't approach us. It's harassment. We fear for our safety. We don't want to be used. Or we're out here with our girlfriends. Don't disturb us. Don't come to us. So the men listened. You know, that includes the handsome guys, the rich guys, the short guys, the tall guys, the fat guys, the interesting guys. All men listened, and they're doing that. It's very rare these days to even find a man approaching. Now, back in the day, if you're out and about, just doing your thing, you could see a couple guys approaching random women. But these days, I kid you not, guys, the next time you go to the mall, the next time you're going out, you're doing your thing, look around. Most guys just look. Obviously, these days, even looking is an issue because you may end up on TikTok, especially in gyms. We have seen that. But look around as a man. You'll see most guys who will just look one, look two looks, look away. A nice, beautiful woman passes around. Most guys will look and then look away. They won't be like staring the whole time. All right, number 3, ChatGPT says, digital culture and viral shaming. What did I tell you guys? TikTok, baby. You could be recorded and uploaded online. You guys have seen those gym TikToks where women are recording men in gyms, claiming, oh, he's a creep. He was looking at my bum. He was looking at my booty when I was working out. Oh my God. Sometimes the guy doesn't even know the camera has been set up. The guy is just walking by, looking left and right, because it's a gym. You're going to look where you're going. You're going to look at what's going around you. It's human nature to look around and see what's in your environment, right? And then before you know it, you end up on TikTok. The woman is saying all those sorts of things. You're getting canceled. The gym membership is going to be, canceled. You're going to be thrown out of your own gym because the woman claimed you were a creep. You were harassing her. You were staring while she was working out. So, and these days, there's a way women, I don't know how women do it. Now, obviously, maybe some of them are skits, but we've seen so many videos where the guy is just making an approach, and right away the woman will, because most women have phones in their hands, even if they don't respond to your text right away. They always have phones in their hands. But as soon as the guy approaches, hey mama, how you doing? She'll put her phone out. She won't even put it in your face. She will just put it down here. Maybe record the ground. So everything you're saying, you're on TikTok, and then she's going to go put it on TikTok. Or look at this creep. He was approaching me. Man, we are tired of you approaching me. I've literally done several reaction videos to those such TikToks. And you guys have probably seen them on my channel. So ChatGPT says you could be recorded and uploaded online, edited out of context. Exactly. She will call you a creep. She will say all these things. See, creepy, awkward, aggressive. Yet all you did was literally just make an approach. You look beautiful. I'd like to get to know you and take you out. And she's gonna call you a creep. And remember, people on social media, I don't think majority are smart. They're just gonna try to look you down, try to cancel you. They don't even care about your reputation, which goes to what ChatGPT says. Reputation damage. Even one video clip can cost jobs, relationships, credibility. Guys, cost jobs, relationships, credibility. So your job is gonna see you going viral on TikTok that you were a creep to women because you approached her trying to take her on a date, and then you lose your job. The job is not going to find out if it was a good. Your boss is not going to try to find out if you really made a good approach. Your boss is not going to find out if it was a genuine approach. Your boss is not going to find out if you were a creep. No, fired on the spot. Credibility, reputation damage. And now you have to explain to everyone going forward, hey, listen, I was just trying to tell her she's a gorgeous, beautiful woman. I just wanted to, get to know her, to take her on a date. I was trying to be a gentleman. Can you please understand? She's lying. By that time, it's too late. Her TikTok video has been viewed 10 million times. So, guys, is it really worth the risk of going viral on TikTok? ChatGPT says no. But ChatGPT says there's a potential reward. If you're not scared of going viral on TikTok, here's the reward for approaching. It's a potential to meet someone. Oh my God. ChatGPT says you have a potential to meet someone if you're not scared of going viral on TikTok. Is any of you guys down for that? I'm not. No. I'm not risking anything for going viral. I'm not risking meeting people. If I really want to meet people, I'll meet people in heaven. How about that? And if you guys going to heaven, because I know Jesus is not going to have a TikTok trying to get me go viral. He's not going to judge me. He's not going to think I'm a creep, right? But ChatGPT says it's not worth it. The internet has made social risk permanent because the internet is forever. So, guys, you have to protect yourselves. Don't go viral on TikTok because, as I always do, I'll react to you. I'll try to create awareness and say, oh, she's lying. But by that time, the damage is already done. So, Evil Dad says, let's say, no, I don't know why I keep calling you Evil Dad. I'm sorry, bro. Evil Eddie. That sounds like you displayed your SM. No, I read that already. Evil Eddie says, Jim Thirst Traps. Yep, Jim Thirst Traps. And then they scream, you a creep if you look. And then Eddie says, men have to realize one of their most valuable assets, our attention and time. If we all stop spreading it around freely, the dynamic will change. I agree, Eddie. But here's the thing. This is what I believe. Even if most guys don't realize how important attention and time is, how valuable an asset those two are, if me and you, if it's just the two of us who realize how valuable assets, an asset time and attention is, that makes us stand out. Because then women will deal with all these guys who give free attention and time. They'll be used to it. So it won't mean nothing to them. But then when they meet you or me, and they figure out, okay, Eddie really values his time. Eddie doesn't give out attention just for the sake of it. They're going to respect it. It doesn't mean they're going to be with you, but at least you're not going to be used. You can invest some of that time in yourself, right? What's up, Andre? I think Andre is just new to the chat. Andre Cable. What's up, Andre? All right, we're gonna go to the fourth. Uh, we're gonna go to the fourth complication or risk. ChatGPT says of not why you should men should not approach women in 2025, right? So ChatGPT says the legal slash policy complications, especially at work or school. I think this is more about the guys who are at work or at school, college or high school, but mostly college. I think people are older in college. Um, so some of you guys work with bodies. I understand. Some of you guys work with very beautiful women. I get it, right? But you don't want to, what do they say? Don't shit where you eat. You don't want to do that because I think that's the fastest way to lose your job. Because especially if you guys break up, if you are lucky, that's if you're lucky enough, and she says yes, or if you're lucky enough and you try to um to talk to a woman you work with. If you'll be lucky if she says yes, number one. Most of the times they say no, but also you'll be lucky if she says no and doesn't go report to HR, to human resource, because as you can see, ChatGPT says HR involvement, even asking someone out once can be logged as a formal report. Now you're working, but the HR is watching your back because they're gonna be like, oh, so Boogie is the type of guy who wants to date and fuck around with the people he works with. Like, you are messing up the money. Now I know in hindsight most guys care about the punani. They don't care about the money. They only care about the money once they lose the job. But clearly, ChatGPT is saying it's better to not do it. It's not worth it. It's better to focus on the money. So before you approach the women you work with, just know, just make sure you have a saving, because chances are you're going to lose your job, because it's not guaranteed that she finds you attractive. Even if she does, it's not guaranteed she's going to say yes. And let's say for some odd reason she says yes, you guys become a couple, you guys start hanging out, you start a relationship. Let's say you guys break up. She can still make up a false accusation that you approached her, or whatever she could say. If she says it to the HR before you do, you're going to lose your job. Maybe if the HR is fair, both of you will lose your jobs if the HR is fair. But if she's the first one to go and file a report against you for trying to talk to her, especially after the relationship ends, you are done. You are doomed. So guys, you got to make sure you have enough life savings before you try to talk to a woman at your job. ChatGPT says verdict: your career is better than casual interest. The risk severely outweighs the reward in structured environments. And I absolutely agree. That's why I say, unless we just heard about this guy who went viral on social media at a concert, the CEO, I forget the company, the CEO who was dating, I think the woman he works with, who was cheating on his wife and shit like that. He was the CEO and he still lost his job. That's because he's trying to, have some punani that he works with. When he could have had all the women in the world outside of the workplace. And most guys don't learn that lesson until it's too late. Now he lost his $1 million. I think he was getting paid millions of dollars a year just for his position. Now he lost his position. That's because he wanted some work punani. Now I get it. The more you work with people, the more time you spend with people, you may grow affection for them. But as a man, you don't want to make Evo Eddie, you're right. The astronomer CEO, like the guy lost out on millions just because he was thinking with his small head, and that's something most men do. like a few moments of casual interest, a few moments of some sweet juicy punani cost him his job. But it's like all for what? Like why? Like I don't know why, guys. I feel like we need to be, and I think because men don't really speak about these things, truly understand that. Hey, listen, the short term gain is not worth the long term regret, because he's always gonna regret that for the rest of his life. You know. So ChatGPT so far, for the four reasons, it's spot on. I asked for five. We're gonna be going through the five, but let me show love to Andre. Andre Cable says, "Seen all your reactions to Latif and Anton. Shout out to you, Andre, man. I really appreciate that. We're just here trying to be on the YouTube grind, just trying to pass the message. Like I said, personally, I'm not trying to advise any man because I believe men can make their own choices. Honestly, at the end of the day, like I could say this and that, but doesn't mean men are gonna listen. But what I'm trying to do is to create the conversation, especially for men who don't really have these conversations. But most importantly, to create the awareness, obviously give my perspective, a little some entertainment here and there, but also for men, because I believe everything I've spoken about tonight. If you are in the chat, you have experienced these things at some point in your life. At some point in your life, and that's all. I'm just trying to create a community where men who have experienced these things can come, talk about it, share experiences, but most importantly, find solutions. Because as men, sometimes we suffer in silence, thinking we're the only ones going through it. Because can you guys imagine? Think about all the men who are in sexless marriages right now, but they never speak up. You know why? Because I'm thinking all the men who are in sexless marriages should be coming together to find a solution, but they're all scared. They're all thinking, how are they going to look at me to know that my wife hasn't touched my pee in 6 months, in 5 years? It's scary. It's like embarrassing. So most guys don't come out to speak about those things. But if they had a community where they can share ideas, bounce off ideas, because I don't know it all I do is look at what's going on in society, social media, my experiences, people's experiences, put the one and two together. You feel me? Eddie, you're right. Married men tell me cheaper to keep her. That scared me, but why should you leave like that? Because if these men knew better, maybe they wouldn't have gotten married. If they didn't believe in the whole love fantasy. Oh, I'm gonna find the one and we're gonna live happily ever after. If he knew there's a chance he's gonna be in a sexless marriage at some point, but he's still gonna be required to pay bills. Because best believe, just because a man is in a sexless marriage doesn't mean he stops paying bills. No, the wife still expects him. First of all, the wife expects him not to cheat. Number one. Number two, the wife expects him to pay all the bills the same way he was paying the bills when there was nice, good romance, intimacy, sex in the marriage. Number three, if they were getting 2 trips a year, the wife still expects him to pay for the 2 trips, even when there's no sex involved. Now, can you imagine going on a vacation with your wife? You're probably sleeping in the same room, in the same bed, and she puts pillow between you guys, your wife, and you paid for the vacation, you paid for the trip. Like, think about that for a second. Some guys are literally going through this right now as we speak, but they can't speak up because they're scared. Like as you said, like Eddie said, maybe they're scared because they know if they divorce, they are probably going to, I don't know, lose half their assets, lose their keys, lose their house, maybe even just, society talking about the fact that they couldn't keep a woman, they couldn't keep a wife, whatever social construct that is holding them back to walk out of a sexless marriage, whatever it is. The point is they are suffering in silence. But yo, could guys, I really gotta ask you your opinion. Do you guys see yourselves continuing to pay bills in a sexless marriage? Do you guys see that happening? Would you guys continue to pay bills in a sexless marriage? Like, what would you do? And mind you, even if a man has been in a sexless marriage, let's say for 12 months, sometimes even 2 years, if your wife there catches you cheating, if the wife finds out you are having side punani, you're in trouble. Yo, that has always driven me crazy. Like, how dare you say I'm a bad husband for finding side punani when I haven't had an intimacy with you for 2 years? And then you're going to say, oh, you broke the vows. How dare you cheat on me? You're such a bad. Because remember, once there's finally a divorce, the marriage ends, the woman is going to come out talking about how, oh my God, he was such a bad man. He cheated on me. He was abusive. He was controlling. And then she's going to leave out the part where um, it was a sexless marriage for 2 years. Oh, yeah, no woman has ever admitted to a sexless marriage. And if they do, guess who they blame? The man. Because how dare you hold me accountable? I'm the queen. He didn't turn me on. What do they call it? Oh, he didn't put me in the mood. He didn't buy me flowers. He stopped taking me out. Even if, but the man is not allowed to say, you have to put me in the mood to pay the bills. You have to put me in the mood to pay the insurance. You have to put me in the mood to go work 60, 80 hours to provide. So would you guys stay in a sexless marriage? Ahmed says men duties are enforceable by law. Facts. And women's duties are not. Facts. Evil Eddie says, good one. They also are rewarded with cash prizes if they break their vows. I agree. So as a man, who's willing to sign that deal? Because if any of you guys is willing to sign that deal, you might as well give me the money. Like, why wait for divorce? If you're willing to sign that deal where you are forced to pay bills, to provide, to go on vacations in a sexless marriage, how do you want, let's say you are spending around, I don't know, let's say you're spending around $15,000 a month on the kids, mortgage, whatever else you have to provide for you and the wife and the kids in a sexless marriage. I'll give you a deal. Instead of spending that, just give me $5,000 and you don't have to get married. If you really have that much money to just throw around for the sake of it, you might as well give Boogie $5,000 every month and you save yourself the trouble. You can use the 10 to go to Vegas and get a few hookahs or something. I don't know. Because I'm not signing. No, I'm not doing it. Maybe some of you guys are better Christians than me, because I don't care how many vows I take in front of God. I'll tell God, I'm not doing this. Like, you're gonna have to find another person, but it's not gonna be me. I give up. I confess I'm not good enough for you. All right, let's do number 5. So the 5th reason ChatGPT says why it's a risk for men to approach women in 2025 is the dating expectations and lopsided effort. ChatGPT says many men feel modern dating is highly transactional. You see that? Men feel dating is highly transactional. You guys have heard about the $500 dinner first dates, $200 dinners, and things like that. Buy me flowers, take me on a trip, with expectations of high effort, money. So you gotta spend money. Planning, you gotta choose a nice dinner place. Nice, they like rooftops these days. Status, which adds to Instagram photos and rooftops and things like that. Send a Uber. What is it? Is it Uber XL, the most expensive one, to pick her up without keywords, without reciprocal interest or emotional investment. Because guys, just because you take a woman out on an expensive date, you can buy all the flowers you want. You can send an expensive Uber to pick her up and drop her back. You can take her to the best rooftop in your city. I can guarantee you, it's still 9 out of 10 times she's gonna ghost you after the first date. I need someone to come and disagree with me. 9 out of 10 times, you can do everything that you did. In fact, I'm gonna go even higher. 9.9 out of 10 times, she will ghost you on the second date. You'll never hear from her. So you can do everything you want to do in the first day. A real man does this, a gentleman does this. I don't care what the fuck you do. You can put on a private jet for all I care, all the way to Dubai for a first date. You can rent out a stadium for her and hire Drake to come sing for you guys. I can guarantee you, you text her the following day and she refused to respond. I don't care what you do. And I think this is one thing most guys don't think about, right? Most guys don't think about this. So ChatGPT says financial plus emotional drain. Rejection aside, many men feel burnt out by the dating process. Because as men, we got to think about return on investment. Because think about it, as a man, you literally have to, if you are lucky, if you're really good with women, you're tall, you're handsome, you have to approach 10 women, and I'm being very generous with this number. You have to approach 10 women to get 3 to say yes. All right, let me break this down. So you approach 10 women to get 3 to say yes to give you a number. Right? Out of the 3, 2 are going to give you Instagram. Oh, I don't give out my number. I gotta get to know a man first. Do you have Instagram? So now the moment you exchange Instagram, now you are becoming like a fan because you're gonna follow her. Most likely she's not gonna follow you back. So if she doesn't follow you back, now you have to send her a DM to break the ice. Right? I'm talking about the 2, and then 1 will give you a number. So usually the 2 of the Instagram, 1 of them won't respond. Let's say you're lucky enough and 1 of the Instagrams responds, and now you're going to go back and forth. Hey Judith, it's me, Boogie. We met 2 weeks ago. You gave me your Instagram. Oh yeah, how are you? How's life? Whatever you gotta say, blah 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 blah, and then you gotta ask out on a date, or maybe even try to ask her for a number again. Hey, let's switch numbers, talk and plan a date. Like, oh no, I prefer to meet you first, and then if I feel the connection, then I'll give you my number. Like, we already met. Like, we're just trying to plan a date. I don't want to plan a date through Instagram. And let's say you're a sucker. You're like, okay, fine. You send when are you free? She responds, blah, blah, blah. You're going to date. There's still a chance, a 9 out of 10 chance she won't show up. You know? So let's go to the 1 who gave you the number. The first time you text or call, she won't respond till the next day if you're lucky. Let's say you're lucky. She likes you. Well, you don't even know she likes you. Maybe she has nothing to do. You're going to date. Right? Doesn't mean that because you've gone on a date, she likes you. Maybe it was just a day. In fact, there's a 9 out of 10 chance she will tell you, I'll let you know when I'm free. It's not going to be like, oh my God, Boogie, thanks for calling me. I've been waiting for your call. And then you're like, okay, Judith, when can we go out? Oh, I'm free whenever you want. No, most of them don't say that. Most of them say, I'll let you know. Now, if you're a sucker, you'll be like, okay, sure, you wait. And then 2 weeks go by. If you're patient like me, then you're like, you know what? Let me try to hit Judith again. Because now you're thinking about the big booty when she was leaving. Every time you think about giving up, you think about the big booty when she was walking away from you. You're like, oh my God, that booty. Oh my God. You're like, you pick up the phone. Hey, Judith. Hey, how you doing? It's been a while. You told me you'll let me know, but I just trying to check on you again, see if you're available. Oh my God. Oh, I'm so sorry. Have been so busy. Oh my God, work. Oh my God. Yeah. So yeah. So where you gonna want where do you want to take me? You're like, hey, Judith, I was thinking maybe we'll go get a drink or something. Oh my God, I don't really like to do drink. I don't really drink, even if she drinks, because she wants you to suggest dinner, food. They love food. Okay, can we go to a restaurant? Maybe grab dinner or something? Because, and then you're about to say no, but then you remember the big booty. You're like, oh, in your mind, you're like, okay, yeah, okay, sure. Where would you like to go? If you're a sucker, you're gonna ask her where you'd like to go, when instead you should be picking a place that is not as expensive. If you tell her where would you like to go, she's going to choose the most expensive. Oh, do you know this rooftop in downtown, rooftop ABCD? You're like, okay, yeah, I know it, yeah, sure. So do you mind sending me Uber? If you're sucker, you're going to say yes, rather than let's meet ourselves there. So let's say you're lucky, Judith shows up, big booty. Let's call her big booty Judith. Big booty Judith shows up. Big booty Judith shows up. You guys, you really you didn't want to spend money on the dinner. You know better, because maybe you've been watching Boogie, you've been watching other people telling you don't do dinners on the first date. She's gonna eat your food and you'll never see again. But every time you think about big booty Judith, you're like, fuck what Boogie has to say. She likes me. See, Boogie's a liar. She showed up, right? Big booty Judith showed up. Boogie's a liar. Fuck what Boogie has to say. You're gonna date. Nice date. You eat. I mean, you order a few things because again, you're still at the back of your mind. You still know there's a chance this would be this could be the last time you see big booty Judith, right? You guys have dinner or whatever. You want to be a player, like, hey Judith, you mind, maybe you can go back to my place, just have a glass of wine. Big booty Judith is gonna be like, no, it's running late, maybe next time. And now you're gonna call her Uber to go home, and then when she gets home, she's probably gonna call she's probably gonna call Boogie, Pookie and Rere Boogie to clap them cheeks after you fed her. But you don't know that. You're just thinking, I'm trying to find my one and only, my queen, my unicorn to get married, love forever, till forever, right? Now, so you've been successful. You approached 10 women, seven of them said no. 2 of them gave you bad Instagrams. They didn't really respond. Big booty Judith went on a date with you. So you go home. She doesn't even thank you for the dinner. You have to check on her to make sure she got home. Oh my God, you're so sweet. Thank you for the food. It was such a good time seeing you. You're like, oh my God, I'm in the zone. So you try to hit her up again next week, or maybe, I don't know, whatever time. If you're not too thirsty, you're like, okay, I'll wait a week. You hit big booty Judith again. Big booty Judith is gonna say, oh, I'm busy, but maybe next week. But since you already invested $200 on your dinner date, you're like, I might as well just keep waiting. You try again the following week. Big booty Judith says, so you're like, hey, can I see you? She's gonna be like, oh yeah, but you know what? Me and my friends already had plans, but you can come if you want to. In your mind, you're like, oh my God. Oh shit. Now it's starting to kick in that, you know what? Yeah, she got a big booty, but man, she's making me jump through hoops. What you don't know is there was a guy, the promoter who has been clapping big booty Judith on the side, who has been clapping her cheeks, gave her free entry to the event. Now, you don't want to sound salty, so you're going to say yes to big booty Judith to meet her and the friends out. As a man, you're going to go to the event. You get to the event. Big booty Judith is with her 2 friends. They're not as good looking, so you don't care about them. So the music is going. She's going to give you a few tracks. She's going to track on you. And you're going to be like, yeah, fuck what Boogie has to say. You see, big booty Judith is tracking on me. Yeah, I'm in the zone. She likes me. Ooh, 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 ooh. And then she's going to be like, oh, can you buy me and my friends drinks? Ooh, I mean, she just tracked on you, so you can't say no. You go to the counter, get a few drinks. Ooh, ooh, you also drink it. Ooh, 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 she's gonna truck on you some more. Ooh, 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 ooh. And then the promoter who let her into the event, you're just gonna see some random guy come and give her. She's gonna be like, "Oh my God, Charles, a long time." She's gonna give him a hug. You don't even know he's the one clapping cheeks on the side, right? You get the drinks. You guys have a good time. 2, 3 drinks in, you're now getting tipsy. Now, maybe I guess they're also getting tipsy again, but she's giving you those nice twerking, ooh, 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 music going, ooh, 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 ooh. In your mind, you're like, I see, Boogie. In your mind, I'm not on the scene, but you're thinking this. You're like, see, Boogie, I told you, Boogie. I get the game, man. I get the game on lock. Event ends. You're thinking, okay, she really likes you. She let you, she tracked on you. So like, hey, Judith, you coming out my place, things like that. Maybe spend some time together. Like, oh no, I gotta go with my friends. That's date number 2. So you bought her drinks, you bought the friends drinks, nothing. That's number 2. So you go home, you get your Uber, you're tipsy, you sleep, you wake up in the morning. You're like, oh shit, man, she was really talking on me. I told Boogie, man, I'm the shit. Now you're probably down like 500, maybe $600 altogether. Ubers, dinner dates, drinks for her, drinks for our friends, going to the event, the time you're spending. That's time and money you could have been spending on yourself, right? So now comes it. You send a message. So let's say you went out Friday morning, you send a message Saturday morning. Hey, big booty Judith, last night was fire. What are you guys up to? I would like to see you. When are you free? Let's say you're using WhatsApp, or let's say you have the iPhone, bro. You have the iPhone. You don't have the green tick, the green bubbles like me. You see, what does it say? Red. So that's you send that at 10 a.m. Right? You're like, okay, maybe she's still sleeping. Really had a good time last night. You wait till 2 p.m. Oh my God, big booty Judith isn't even responding to me. You send another message at 3 p.m. Hey, you okay? Did you guys reach your right? You see red. Oh shit. Now you're getting kind of scared. You're scared. You're like, oh shit, is she ghosting me? Is she okay? No, you don't know what you're thinking, but so much is going through your head. At around 5 p.m., you pick up the phone. You call. It's starting to kick in, right? And big booty Judith picks up, and big booty Judith is like, hey, I'm sorry. I had such a fun time with you last night, but I honestly, I don't think we have any chemistry. I'm sorry. Shit. You don't want to sound bad hurt. Right away, you start doing the math of how much money you're spending from the first time you saw Big Booty Judith. At that moment, because there's a way they say it, oh, I'm really sorry. If she's nice to you, if she's not nice to you, she won't even pick up. But because you bought her drinks and her friends, she'll try to be nice. Hey, I'm really sorry. I really don't want to waste your time. I think you're oh yeah, this is what they say. I think you're such a nice guy, but you're such a good guy. I know God will give you, he will give you your will make you find you. I know there's a woman out there for you. You're such a nice guy. You're such a sweet guy. But honestly, I just think there's no chemistry, and I don't think I'm looking for anything serious right now. You're like, then you're thinking, should I beg? What should, because there's so much going through your head at that time. You're like, oh my God, oh my God. So anyway, I gotta go. But if you don't mind, we can be friends. So if you're a sucker, you're gonna be like, okay, I guess. But if it finally kicks in, you could say yes. I mean, you don't want to sound hurt, so you're gonna be like, because remember, just because she doesn't want to be with you sexually doesn't mean she doesn't want your attention. She may still say, let's be friends. If you're a sucker, you're gonna say yes, because now she can always use you for your attention and your money. She's gonna put you in the friend zone, right? So as soon as you hang up, it hits you. You're gonna be like, damn, this bald nigga Boogie, he was right. So the whole process from approaching 10 women to getting lucky with big booty Judith, you gotta do that again. Because it doesn't mean that because Big Booty Judith wasted your time and your money, then the next woman you approach is going to say yes and it's going to be your forever queen. No, now you got to do the process again. So how many times are you going to do this process until it hits you in the face and you're like, you know what? The time, the money I spent doing all this shit, I could have invested that time in myself. Now, it may hit you when you're 35, it may hit you when you're 40, or it may never hit you. I don't know. But at this point, as a man, you have to be like, how many times am I going to keep doing this? Wishing and hoping you're like, okay, this time, this is the one. Now, I gave you an example of Big Booty Judith going out with you 2 times. Sometimes they may go out with you even 10 times. Then along the way, sometimes you may even get intimacy, you may have sex. Even then, they can hit you with I don't think this is going anywhere. I don't feel the chemistry. So I gave you the worst possible example, but you guys get what I'm saying? Am I cooking? Am I right? Comment down below. Because I don't think I'm crazy. Am I crazy, guys? Am I crazy? Let's see what they're saying. Eddie says, sorry, babe, I'm not in the mood to pay the rent. Ahmed says, I'm noticing while we are losing more and more of our rights legally. We're busy working while women are busy advocating against us with our own money. Yeah. Eddie says, good observation. Yeah. Ahmed says, bro, never ask a woman for a number. Give her your number instead and let her message or call you. And when she does, set the date and get off the phone. We're not there emotional tampons. Now, Ahmed, that's a good, good strategy. But 9 out of 10 times, if you're okay, because I think the strategy you're saying is for men who really don't care. Very few men are going to do this. Most men are really dying to get a chance. So for most men, that strategy, they will look at it like they're losing out. All right. So Eddie says, let's see what Eddie says. Yeah, I had more success giving my number actually. Yeah. Okay. Eddie says, no dinner, casual drinks at a chill brewery or a bad night, and then back to your place. Ahmed, I agree. But again, that strategy is for men who don't care about rejection, knowing that if you say drinks, 9 out of 10 times, most women these days are gonna say you're broke, you're sassy, whatever. They won't go out with you. If you're okay, then sure. But most men are scared, so they will just go with a dinner. Dev says that I texted this girl to shit or get off the pot. Oh, after we texted for 3 weeks without meeting up. I don't have time for 3 weeks. Why are you texting for 3? What are you texting about? Like, if within the first 5, 6 texts, or let me say even 10, like within the first day of text, you're not talking about going out. 3 weeks is too much of your energy. Like, you could have been texting your mama during the time. Eddie says they're very direct. If you message first, you are already at the chasing position. Now she's the prize. There is nothing wrong with with you messaging first. Obviously, it's better than a cold approach in real life, but there's something wrong if you message first and she isn't responding or being straight with you, and then you keep messaging. Dave say, okay, Dave is laughing. I guess I was cooking there. Evo 80 says hoflation. Evo 80 says I'm good, I have enough friends, but you'll be surprised how many men are putting the friends on. Ahmed says, why am I looking for a forever queen if women are not looking for their forever king? Again, Disney fantasy, social, what do you call it? When you have been literally drowned with propaganda when it comes to love stories, movies. I think it's mostly movies, novels. We were taught to believe in love. Even right now, some you'll be surprised to see men who claim they believe in love and shit like that. But anyway, let me talk about the. I think I talked about this. ChatGPT says dating expectations. Yeah, men are giving up because it's like it's not worth it. You know, and it says in today's climate, the reward is conditional, costly, and exhausting. So today we had our friend ChatGPT answering the tough questions. Is it really worth it? Is it worth the risk? And see, ChatGPT is breaking down the overall reward. Look at ChatGPT. The false accusation is not worth it. That's the verdict. Not worth it. I agree. Receptiveness, low yield. Going viral on TikTok, very risky. Work school, too risky because it's like you're gonna lose your job. You guys have heard me all night talking about the dating ROI, return on investment. As a man, you're gonna spend. This is ChatGPT saying it. I already said it, but this is ChatGPT saying it. As a man, you're gonna spend time, money, and energy loss. Relationship chance only worth it if she's equally invested. But how many women are you going to find that are equally invested? How many women are you going to take on a date? You spend $200 on a date, and then the next date, she's going to spend $200 on you. How many women? So, as a man, if you're not ready to lose time, to lose money, and the energy loss, because this is ChatGPT saying these things. Now, if women want to cancel ChatGPT and call it red pill and say ChatGPT hates women, hey, listen, I just put in the question to compare the risks and the rewards of approaching women when it comes to dating. ChatGPT says the return on investment is not worth it. Oh my God. Conclusion. This is a conclusion from ChatGPT. While men have historically taken the lead in initiating relationships, 2025 presents a new landscape. The social, legal, and emotional risks have risen dramatically, while the rewards have become more conditional and uncertain. For many men, especially those cautious about their reputation, energy, and time, cold approaches no longer offer a good return. Woo wee! ChatGPT is cooking. For many men, especially those who are cautious about reputation, energy, and time, cold approaches no longer offer a good return. Hmm. Is ChatGPT right? Or is it dumb? Because I know some people say AI is dumb. It doesn't know better than humans. Right? Have you guys heard about the T app? Because the T app is the next thing I wanted us to talk about. The T app. I'm gonna ask ChatGPT. I'm gonna say, tell me about the T app and the risks it has for men. Yeah, T app was hacked. They did. I heard. I heard they exposed like thousands and thousands of women who are there trying to expose men. They put their information out, their IDs, their names, and then I heard also they created an app for men where men were exposing women, and they burned it. They closed it. They shut it down. It's like, how is that fair? Why should women be allowed to tarnish men's reputations, right? But men cannot be given the same right. Like that's not fair. If we're gonna be fair, let's be fair, right? All right. ChatGPT says, let's go. ChatGPT says the T app, also stylized as TEA, standing for the exposing app. That's all it is. Talk, expose, accuse by some online critics has gained notoriety in 2025 for being a user generated platform where individuals, often women, post anonymously or public stories about their past relationships or encounters with men. So we already know what it does: red flags, blah, 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 screenshots. So these are the five risks for men. Actually, that's not what. Let me ask a different question. I'm gonna ask it. Uh, I'm gonna ask ChatGPT. Tell me 5 ways that the T app is going to make men give up on dating. Actually, tell me the 5 reasons. Yeah, sure. Yeah, let me ask that. What is Dev saying? I heard all the women on there were like, yeah, Dave, you're right. I saw that too. Actually, I saw some of the photos. I'm like, these are the ones complaining about men. I'm at facts. So, ChatGPT says number one, fear of public exposure. Yeah, I honestly believe, right? If you feel somebody wronged you and you feel it could be a crime, then I don't know, sue them or something. Because how many men have been used for free dinner dates, free food dates? How many men have been used for money, and we are not even allowed to complain? Women, if you complain as a man for being used for free food dinner dates by women, if you complain, they call you broke and dusty. They call you sassy just because you're complaining. They say a real man provides, a real man takes out women on dates. And it's like, what? That's crazy. It says the T app allows women or anyone to post private dating experiences. They are private dating experiences for a reason. Names, faces, and screenshots. Like, I mean, shit. No wonder it was hacked, because this is crazy. This shouldn't be like. I wouldn't have an issue with T app if and only if they didn't shut down the app for men. But as soon as men got their own app, they shut it down. It's like it's only one side allowed to expose and the other side is silenced. How is that fair? It says result men feel like any move, no matter how small, can be weaponized, and that's all they're doing. It's literally this. It's just beta X's saying, if I can't have you, no woman should have you. You know, and that happens even in real life too. It's like when a woman breaks up with you, she doesn't want you to move on. And how dare you find a woman who looks better than her? That's the biggest issue they have. So I believe women are not on the T app because they're trying to, expose green red flags in men. No, they're trying to make sure. The whole thing of single women keep other women single. Women don't like to see each other in happy relationships, because if a woman puts me on the T app because we had a bad relationship, she has a right to find a nice guy to move on in a good guy, and I have a right to find a nice woman after the end of our relationship. But what they don't want is for the guy to find a better woman. Because usually when a relationship ends, both of you have the right to find someone better. If you feel I wasn't the man for you and you're not the woman for me, Why should I prevent you from finding the man of your dreams? Why should you prevent me from finding the woman of my dreams? So what they do is they're going to weaponize the app for you. They're trying to expose you. You know, just because you thought me not paying for the first dinner date and asking you to go 50-50 is a red flag. Maybe another woman doesn't mind. Maybe another woman understands my position that, hey, maybe he didn't want to be used. But other women who claim, oh, he's a red flag. He refused to pay for our first date and made me go 50-50. Yeah, because I'm not trying to be used for free food on the first date. I don't even know you. Chances are you're not even going to call me back. You know? So number 2, ChatGPT says, guilt by association and know to defend yourself. And that's the thing. The reason they blocked men out of the T app is because they don't want men to defend themselves. And that's crazy to me. That's so unfair. And the reason they shut down the men's app is because the women can't defend themselves. So how is that fair? All I see is couple lawsuits, defamation lawsuits that are probably going to happen. So either the app is going to be shut down or lawsuits, because it's defamation. You cannot prove anything people say about women say about men. Men cannot defend themselves. What's up, St. Louis? Big up, bro. Thank you. We're keeping the grind going. All right. False accusations, false claims. ChatGPT is right. Yet men, look at what ChatGPT says. Yet men have no legal path to clear their name or record. Exactly. Men cannot defend themselves. So you're telling me 10,000, 15,000 women are going to see all these false allegations about me and I can't even defend myself? It's crazy. Look at this. Permanent digital stain equals to long-term risk. Because there's a chance your future boss, your future supervisor, your future, I don't know, associate in some form could be on the T app. There's a chance a woman on the T app could be your future supervisor, could be your future human resource, could be your future boss. So now here you are in an interview, and then the woman is like, oh, Boogie, I saw you on the T app. She may not tell you, but because she was on the T app and she saw a bunch of women saying all these things against you, now she's going to refuse to give you a job because she believes everything they've said about you in the T app is true. But how would you defend yourself if you're not even allowed to defend yourself? You know? Next. ChatGPT says real men feel dating is like walking through legal minefield with a camera crew. So they bow out. True. All right, number 4. Low reward, high risk dating climate. Modern men are now asking, what do I gain by dating? Ooh. Do you guys know another way men ask this? Ask this to women? You guys know the famous way men ask this question to women, what do I gain by dating? The famous way men ask this question to women is, and the women hate it. I said it in the beginning of the show. The men ask women, instead of saying, what do I gain by dating you? Men ask, what do you bring to the table? And the women go crazy. They fight. They don't like that question. You know why? Because they bring nothing to a man's life, honestly. And when the answer is emotional stress, false labels, free therapy roles, as men, I think men are the biggest therapists in the world, because you have to listen to your woman's problems and you have to solve them sometimes. You have to pay for everything. You have to be a therapist. She's going to tell you all the issues she has at work, without girlfriends, without friends, and the risk of being digitally exposed. The cost is way too high. Silencing authentic male voices. This is another reason the T app is bad. Because, like I told you guys, I heard they made an app for men and they silenced it. They literally burned it. But it's like, why don't you want men to speak up about what they're going through, but you let the women tarnish men's reputations? And men don't even have a chance to, fight against whatever the people are saying about them. ChatGPT is cooking. I'm always wrong. My story doesn't matter. It's better to just this. Yeah, like the T app is just gonna make men just give up. And now, obviously, we are starting to see men give up on dating, but I think it's really going to be felt in the next 5 to 10 years. So by 2030, 2035, women are really going to feel it. And the only reason women are going to feel it is because, sure, women may be making money, but there's nothing a woman loves more than spending a man's money. So I don't care how much money they make, they still want to spend a man's money. So yeah, they may not feel it. They may say, "Oh, we are single and we don't care about men." Yeah, until when they have to pay everything for themselves, right? So ChatGPT says, bottom line, the T app has created a public trial court for private dating mistakes where men are judged without evidence. I think that's the key thing. Men cannot defend themselves because they're not allowed to be a part of the the T app. Shamed without balance and punished without recourse. In this climate, many men are deciding dating isn't safe anymore. I'm done. I keep saying that, and men keep saying that. Men are done. What do you guys think about that? Are you guys still dating out here with a T app? Because all it takes is one bitter ex who doesn't like what you had to say, or who didn't like the fact that you have boundaries, to say how bad of a guy you are. And remember, you can't defend yourself. So she will say the worst of things, but if you can't defend yourself, what does it matter? You feel me? All right, guys, I'm going to put the link down below. If you guys want to come up and talk, and we talk, Ahmed says by 2030, 45% of women will be childless and single. Exactly. Yeah, I've seen that statistic too. So in 5 years, I mean, I'm giving it mostly 10 years for me. So I'll say even 2035 to be even worse. So guys, I want to put the link down below. If you don't fear getting on camera and you want to come chop it up for a few minutes before I head out and talk about whatever you want to talk about when it comes to dating, I'm going to put the link down below. You just gotta have your cam on and don't be scared of being on social media or on a so there's the link if you want to click it. No, that's the referral link. No, never mind, hold on, never mind, I'll delete that. No, that's not the link I was trying to. Was it the one? All right, Evo Eddie, man, shout out to you. Thanks for the support. uh no, hold on. Yeah, that's not the one. Where's the link to call it? Hold on. All right, so here's the link. If you want to, if you don't scared of getting on camera and you want to chop it up, just let me know. Just hit the link if you want to come chop it up. There's the link in the comment section in the chat. Otherwise, this was a great stream, man. ChatGPT is going to be the friend of the show going forward. Because when I say certain things, obviously certain things I say, experiences, I jump to my own conclusions and things like that. But all the things ChatGPT said, I knew already. Like, men are just gonna give up. You feel me? All right. Anybody who's not scared of being on camera and doesn't mind to chop it up about whatever you want to talk about. It could be about the T app. It could be about um approaching relationships if you're still out here dating, and or you've given up, where you've given up, what you think about it. If you don't mind, I'm down. But otherwise, this was a great stream. I enjoyed myself. We cooked together, guys. Also, don't forget, just like the video, support your boy. And I'm dropping content, so I hope you guys appreciate that. I'm making sure you guys don't be bored. If you want to watch something on YouTube, I'm dropping content for you guys, right? Other than that, I appreciate each one of you for coming to the stream. I'm going to stream tomorrow. It's going to be hot, but I'll just stream. All right. I'm going to be on stream tomorrow, almost same time. So don't forget that. All right. All right, guys. I guess that's it. So see you next time. Peace out. Like the video. Thank you for your support. Road to 10,000 subscribers. 10,000 subscribers before the end of this year. We're coming. I believe in you guys in supporting your boy. All right. Peace.